This extraordinary story takes place in the forests of the Carpathians. Our heroes are two orphaned bear cubs. They lost their mother. Under the brutal law of the wild, it's like losing the chance of survival. In order to fill their stomachs, they tried their best, but still can't avoid starvation. Fortunately, the brothers and sisters were taken care of by the god of luck. Grandpa Bear, one Wenceslas, found and adopted them. From the day we met, they formed an indissoluble bond, and together they wrote the most beautiful fairy tale in the world. Hello everyone. Welcome to our channel. Let's get together in this episode. Learn about the nurture plan of the two fur babies. Experience the wonderful journey of man and nature. Growth of a bear. Blossoming idle clouds are strolling leisurely in the sky. A brown bear haunts the vast jungle. Brown bears usually forage in the jungle only when fat storage is required before hibernation. To venture into the human world, a couple of collie dogs are always on the alert. Outside the solid color is the long-coveted brown bear. Although brown bears are a threat to sheep, but the residents here live in harmony with the brown bears. They think bears are also part of the Carpathians, indispensable as cold snaps in spring and thunderstorms in summer. After nightfall, brown bears start to look for food. Their sense of smell is exceptionally keen, thousands of times better than humans. When the small town returns to tranquility, the animal world begins to liven up. The trash can has become a treasure for brown bears to explore mountains and rivers. Their world is divided into two types, edible and non-edible. Occasionally, residents panic. But it doesn't matter, the big deal is a free ride. Delivery home. Only the bravest bears get this treatment. When food is plentiful, a bear needs a territory of 50 square kilometers. Female bears usually give birth every 3 years. 2 to 3 pups per litter. It's a pity that most of them will be folded the day before the first year. Sickness, serious injury, hunger can even be attacked by other adult male bears, and the cubs who lost their mothers, tantamount to being sentenced to death. And these two 4-week-old cubs. It is a blessing to be adopted by humans. Brother and sister are sleeping comfortably on the floor. How long is the arc of the corner of the mouth? How sweet is the dream? There are some white hairs on their necks, like a beautiful scarf. Stick out your pink tongue and yawn lazily, lying on the blanket like a baby. Enjoy a free belly spa. Wenceslas deserves to be called Grandpa Bear. The brothers and sisters have a strong appetite every 2 hours. Goat's milk mixed with honey. A small rattan basket is the baby bear's cradle. After a month, they seem to have grown up overnight. Not only learned to walk, but also became a veritable king of destruction. The whole room became their playground. Like children, bears are full of curiosity. There seems to be treasure hidden around every corner. They explore this novel world with great interest, and learn new knowledge in the process of exploring. The brothers and sisters are also enthusiastic about the game of wrestling glue. Mischief is the norm. Even drew a map in the living room. Occasionally, I also want to taste the taste of leather shoes. Too much energy, going out for a walk was put on the agenda. Today is the first time for the bears to go out of the house. It takes a little courage and a little balance. Grandpa leads the way. The two brothers and sisters followed behind. Grandpa wants to teach them to adapt to the surrounding environment. Use your nose and melon seeds to explore the secrets of nature. This adventure matters. Grandpa was their first mentor. Dead wood covered with moss is the first obstacle. Brother Luzanne is bold and mischievous. My sister is cautious, but knows how to weigh the pros and cons. Compared with the elder brother, the younger sister is a bit more eccentric and clever. Golden leaves reflected in the water. The two worlds perfectly overlap. Grandpa is sitting on a tree stump, with 2 baby bears circling around his knees. The cubs' teeth are already sharp. When playing, it is easy to cause accidental injury. With a bang, my brother was given a stern warning. He climbed ashore wet, like a mistaken child, hiding behind my sister for comfort. As the saying goes, there is no rule without rules. After a small storm, one old and two young continue on the road. At that time, the flowers bloomed and the world was full of spring. Purple and red in the field. Singing and dancing in the spring breeze. Two happy little bears are chasing and playing in the flowers. Revel in this feast for the senses. The forest is full of harmonious scenes. The cute little guan looks very waste. The little wild boar looks very confident. When Shang Bao and these little guys met on a narrow road, will it start hunting instinctively? This confident baby boar has a face-to-face with the bears. It seemed calm and composed, but Bao Shang backed away in fright. Able to explore freely in the forest. In addition to natural courage, I probably need a backer who will always stand behind me. Like the bears go back to Grandpa. Shang Bao loves to explore, self-taught at a young age. Up and down jump somersault. The danger is quickly forgotten. You can even play new tricks by rubbing your face. When you are tired from playing, go back to Grandpa. A full 1.5 liters of milk can be stuffed in one mouthful. My brother is a little greedy bear. He always pulls on Grandpa's pants and doesn't let go. Grandpa knows very well that special children need special care. Games can promote emotions. Kissing rituals breed trust and security. The two baby bears are carefree and easily conquer the human world. A rusty iron boat by the small river. A rotating round chair in the park. There are also fun slides. Have become their favorite toys. Sister having fun. My brother wants to climb up by brute force. Why don't you come here again and happy face to face again? It seems more fun to play this way. Tired of playing, it's time to go home. Grandpa is going to build a bear house in the garden. Lay thick hay first. Of course, good night milk is essential. The cabin doesn't even need windows, because it's warmer and safer. This is the first time the siblings have slept alone. I hope they can sleep peacefully after eating and drinking. Grandpa locked the door, and the little ones have already laid down obediently. In the night without Grandpa's company, the strange voice became very clear. Brother and sister woke up from sleep. Then squeezed to the door and uttered a terrified cry. But they have to learn to be independent. The night is about to pass, the dawn will always come. The moment the door of the bear house opens. Grandpa is standing at the door. Finally saw a familiar and kind figure. The world is cheerful again. A good morning bath dispels the troubles of the night. Open your mouth and rinse your mouth. Wash your chin and smooth your hair. Time for a technical challenge. Grandpa pours the honey into the wooden box and seals it well. Only by learning to slide the board can you get rewards. Brother eager to try. He smelled. Solve problems directly and simply. The box fell to the ground and the skateboard broke. Delicious honey sleeps at your fingertips. Next, the degree of difficulty increases. The box is nailed to the board. Now it's my sister's turn to act. She's a cautious baby who thinks before she acts. With little effort, the board slides away. She plunged into the wooden box, enjoying the sweet honey. Every day after that, the two bears will go on an adventure in the wild. The stream flows down, the rocks are covered with moss. They found new fun. The first thing to encounter was a large ant nest. The formic acid sprayed by ants can't break the defense at all. Although the bears will only eat ant eggs when they grow up. But digging like this can also give them a lot of fun. It's an instinct that will come in handy someday. With the onset of the rainy season, the creek turns into a swift river. Can domesticated bear cubs return to wildness? Grandpa believed in his children and experimented again. He quietly disappeared into the jungle. Now the two little ones are on their own. The current became more and more urgent. My brother jumped and crossed the river smoothly. My sister tried it out and then returned. She found a slightly flatter river. Swimmed unhurriedly. Two wet bear cubs lying on the ground. They suck their palms like children. This can increase the sense of security and calm down slowly. Until the familiar voice sounded. It's Grandpa. Grandpa is finally here. This time, they have to keep up. Never let Grandpa out of sight again. The rain changed the appearance of the forest, and a forest lake appeared. The brother who likes to play with water can't wait to jump in. However, the depth of the water was far beyond his imagination. Learning to swim is never easy. He struggled back to shore, turning to the plants on the shore again. Some leaves smell so good, but eating it will cause diarrhea. A practical lesson on food choices and do's and don'ts. Bears still have a lot to learn. Grandpa pulls out a red canoe. There is enough space on board for one person and 2 bears. Is it just that the bears are willing to take this suspicious and unsafe ship? My brother climbed up the tree and watched curiously. The younger sister stepped on the water and made a different decision. She finds a place where she can safely climb aboard. Bravely come to Grandpa. This is a new experience for my sister. After a while, my sister starts to feel bored. After all, one important element is missing here. The stupid brother, lying on the shore and drinking water. Brother and sister depend on each other, inseparable. The younger sister found a gap and got off the boat carefully. She knows what she wants. There's nothing more important than being with your brother. There's nothing more fun than exploring with your brother. When summer comes, colorful butterflies are flying in the sky. Brightly colored flowers are a feast for insects. Such a beautiful day, but in Xiaoshang's eyes there are only black and white. They can't tell the different colors. God closes a door and will open a window for you. Having a keen sense is their compensation from the Creator. Wait until the cub is 5 months old. Their expedition map is gradually expanding. Grandpa is always far behind them. There's nothing more enjoyable than scouring honeycombs. A cornered hornet defends itself with a pad bite. The little bear was patted to scratch his ears and cheeks. The road to good food is always a bit bumpy. Like those soft and sweet cherries. The sweetest fruit tends to grow at the top of the branches. In addition to having a foodie heart, needs great balance. Little short legs seem a little powerless. But it doesn't matter, his mouth is very long. There are 2 hard-working bear cubs on the big fruit tree. Looks like the farmer has to be a little more lenient. 2 horses appeared in the little bear's sight. Grandpa warns of impending danger. The little bear reacted immediately and climbed up the tree. When the danger was lifted, the little bear followed curiously. He stood up and watched from a distance. His head was full of question marks. What are those strange creatures? Soon, a hunting lodge in the jungle becomes a new place to explore. The elder brother went in first, but the younger sister had not had time to follow. The wooden door was suddenly shut tightly. The siblings were forced to separate and screamed in panic. The younger sister bravely climbed onto the roof to save her brother. He accidentally fell to the ground. After a lot of tossing, my brother finally found the open single window. Although the escape route is narrow and high, but there is a younger sister below to help, the fear dissipated. It's a whole new game. Grandpa prepared a special surprise today. He found a big monster and stood in the middle of the road. The 2 bears stand upright vigilantly. Although the sculpture is motionless, they still choose to stay far away. In the end, the Lord relieved the situation. He brought down the sculpture. Hold this, big boar, high. Only then did my brother pluck up the courage to come closer and observe. The younger sister has never let go of her guard. Who knows what will happen in the next second? Sure enough, when Grandpa erected the sculpture again, 2 bear cubs have climbed the tree quickly. Are they really going to be fooled by imitations? Grandpa finds a suitcase and puts cheap eyes and tails on it. Then cover it with an orange plush blanket. He beckoned Bear to come over. Hope they don't get fooled by this obvious disguise. Brother lived up to expectations and took his time. Even my younger sister walked over without any doubts. The night was very quiet. Grandpa lit the fireplace. He grilled a sausage for dinner. The little gluttonous bear is not satisfied with his exclusive food. They express their protest in their own way. Until Grandpa remembered his feeding obligations. The cubs are getting stronger. They learn to find good food in dead trees. It's late autumn. The fallen leaves are like a golden carpet. Rustle with every step. The cub is 1 year old and weighs 50 kilograms. They have plenty of physical strength and full of fighting spirit. Eat mushrooms. picking berries. That alone is enough to keep them busy all day. How does the little bear protected by Grandpa spend the winter? Will they find a place to hibernate? The bear house in the garden is already too small. It's time to plan. The afterglow of the setting sun pours wine on the old man's face. His heart is going through a tough struggle. The cubs have grown up and it's time to have their own territory. What Grandpa needs to face is an inseparable feeling. In the end, he had to let the kids go. As usual, the cubs happily climbed onto the trailer. They like to go for a drive, though the road ahead is unknown. Even in the wild, bear cubs are eventually separated from their mothers. Usually at the age of 2 or 3. Grandpa is ready. Tochnik Castle ruins to be new home for bear cubs. A few days later, Grandpa came to visit the siblings. In the misty forest, the little bear happens to be nearby. They are as free and carefree as before. Hear a familiar and kind call. Brother and sister ran to Grandpa and kissed his palm. Grandpa sure felt it. Love from brother and sister. They have emotions just like humans. This emotion is strong and tender. Like herbs in spring. Creek in summer rain. Fruit in the autumn wind. The fruit in the autumn wind, the warm sun in the winter.